there, future Redbird. My name is Dr. Nathan Carpenter. I'm the Director of Convergent Media for the School of Communication, and I'm going to give you a virtual tour of our Social Media Analytics Command Center, also known as the SMACC, here in the School of Communication. So let's go ahead and hop in on the lab here a minute, take a look around, and I'll talk about some of the key features so that you get a sense of what we do in this space. So in the SMACC, or again the Social Media Analytics Command Center, we really have three primary missions: education, collaboration, and research, all in the area of social media analytics. And social media analytics, just really briefly, is the study or the ability to collect really large sets of data from the social web to find ways to study that, analyze that, and present information that can lead us to making informed decisions about either social media practice, about policy, or to inform our own research. And that can be anything from studying the larger social web all the way down to studying how our own individual accounts are interacted with and how people might use them. So you'll notice in the SMAC we've got a number of different screens here, I think over a dozen last time I checked. And what you'll notice is each screen is displaying a number of different things. So you'll see some screens that have a dark background and have some really stunning visuals, and that's a tool that we use called Nuvi that allows us to collect and analyze posts in real time. We also have some lighter screens that show some different charts, and that's using a tool called Meltwater. And that's a tool that allows us to do some deeper historical searches and to also study the news media over time. And both tools really kind of complement each other. They allow us to collect different data sets. They allow us different options for visualizations, and different classes get different access to those tools. You also see a number of other things, like we've got some Google Hot Trends being visualized back here. We also have some Google Analytics, I think, that are being used to study trends over time, how people are doing different searches in different states. And you'll also see that this is a classroom that is set up to be rapidly reconfigured. And so this is not just a research studio, it's not just a media war room, it's also a classroom, a place for collaboration, and a place for small teams of students to get together to meet to utilize the resources in the space. Now, one of the things that I really enjoy about the SMAC is you'll see back here we actually have some screens on a cart. And actually, we've got them over here too. They are on wheels, which means that we can take them places. And so we often go out into the community and out into the larger university with these screens, and we'll do real-time events. So we've done things like debate watch parties during presidential elections. We've gone to different events like a couple of years ago, the United Way was doing a big launch of one of its campaigns. And so we actually followed that in real time as people were tweeting and using the hashtag that they were encouraging everyone to use. And that way we could really show the overall social impact of everything that was happening. And one of the things I also love about the SMAC really is, again, it's a space that really encourages people to think outside the box. With the ability to see so much social media data in one space, it really kind of gets you to ask questions that you might not be able to ask when you're only looking at your own content and your own posts. So again, it's a space that encourages and invites exploration and opportunities for engagement. Now, looking around here, you also see that we have some screens that are connected to cable TV feeds. And we have these because we know that social media is not just inside a vacuum. It's not its own thing. It also strongly relates with legacy forms of media. So things that we see happen on TV news, on cable news, are often reflected in the larger social web, or vice versa. We'll see things on Twitter that are trending that will be discussed in the TV news itself too. Now, a lot of people ask about this space in terms of when do I get to use it, or how will I get to be part of it? And my answer to that is really there are a couple of ways to get involved with the SMAC itself. So first, you will probably encounter either the SMAC or some of the tools used in the SMAC as part of a number of different courses. I know public relations classes, we've had some health communication classes, some media management courses, and then I teach some courses that deal with communication technologies. And all of those will either meet in here for a project. In some cases, if the class is more advanced, it might actually meet here all semester long. And I also work directly with interns, so students that want to get involved on a much more individualized basis. I have a small team, usually about 4 to 5 students, that I work with each semester, and they do more advanced projects. So things like doing social media listening for different parts of the university or different events like athletics games, like basketball games. We've actually done some real time tweet analysis, which is a lot of fun, or for things like homecoming, being able to study where people are coming from and what they're talking about. But we'll also do larger scale research projects, like studying, let's say, elections and politics and tone of conversation. And we might also do things like look at pop culture, see how social media influence our ability to engage with and consume culture. So this is the SMAC in a nutshell. I'm happy to ask any other questions. You can always email me at njcarpe, so CARPE, at ilstu.edu if you have anything else that you'd like to talk about or to ask about. So thanks for hanging around and yeah, exploring this new space with me.